Hey guys, this is Pat with SimplyTrading.com. Our video tonight is going to be a quick run through on some technical things that if you are a fairly new trader that you really need to be aware of. What I'm looking at here, I'm going to look at the S&P, the E-mini S&P, the YM, the Dow Jones, the transports, the NASDAQ, and the triple Qs. And off of this, I think it's a real important thing to look and see where we are. Now, off of the linear regression channel, we're down here at minus 2 standard deviations. What relevance does that have? As we go through these charts, I want you to see where we are, and this is when the market gets extended at 2 standard deviations away from the mean. And also, we are looking at the moves below the 100 period EMA. Now, that doesn't mean all of this is over, but look at the last time we traded below the 100 period EMA. And the key component, I believe, is the 55 EMA, which is the blue line here. The 100 period EMA is the red line right here. So this is what we're going to fly through here and take a look at. Something that you need to add to your arsenal if you aren't using moving averages, and take a look at it. Now, you've got the big S&P. We're trading below the 100 period EMA. The 55 period has not crossed the 100 period EMA. That still gives some hope for a retest back up to the 100. Now, take a look at the E-mini S&P. Very similar situation to the downside here, right off of the LRC, looking for a retest back up here. The 55 EMA has not crossed the 100. The YM, very similar picture, testing down at the minus 2 standard deviations. On the just the Dow Jones Industrial Average, same thing. Now look at the transports. The transports, very, very important here. We're trading right, the 55 and the 100s right on top of it. But look, we're way outside 2 standard deviations, and this is a time when we often see these markets make a little bit of a test, possibly back up toward the 100 period EMA. So are we due for a bounce? Very possible. Look at the NASDAQ, same thing. Test below the 2 standard deviations on the LRC. The 100 period and the 55 have not crossed. The Russell, same thing here. And now let's take a look at the triple Qs. NASDAQ, you see the move trading outside the 2 standard deviations, and the 55 and the 100s right on top of it. Now, if we continue the deep sell-offs, we've got a ton of gaps up in here. Now take a look at it. Let's take a look at the S&P. Where was it I was looking at it? The gaps that we've got in this market. If you go back in, this is a daily. We've got a gap right in here, a gap to close right up in here. And if you take a look at, was it a weekly? It may have been a weekly chart that I was looking at here. Nope. Well, we ran into some gaps a little while ago, and I can't remember what market it was, and I looked at it and thought, you know, these gaps we're going to have to fill. And I do believe that that's going to happen. Now, let's take a look at the bonds. Bonds, on the other hand, really strong move here. Let's take a look back at the daily. Here's a daily move off the bonds. You can see that this move, we've taken out the February highs that we've put in here. Interest rates lower, strong moves. Why? Probably many assumptions in here would be that we're going to see some inflow of cash into the U.S. markets, the dollar getting stronger and the euro getting weaker along with the British pound. And guys, that would be it. Good technical things to look at right here: the 100 period EMA, the 55 period EMA, and when the 55 crosses the 100, that's known as a death cross, and we have not done that. But when that happens, usually that's not real good for the market. The last time it happened let me see if this goes back and we see this. You can see where the 55 crossed the 100 right here, and we saw a pretty strong sell-off in January. And then there was another one that occurred back in August of, when was this? August of 2015. We saw the 55 cross the 100 on the E-mini S&P, and we went 1, 2, 3 days, and we just tanked this market. Rebound, did it again, then went into a rally. So that's why I'm looking at it. I'm looking at patterns repeating themselves. I'm a pattern trader. I look to see what happens in here, and good opportunity possibly for a bounce in here tonight and tomorrow is going to be a pretty good indication on what to do. Guys, good trading. We'll see you in the next video.